If you've been following the NFL over the past few years, you already know this. No quarterback gets talked about, picked apart, and judged more harshly than Dak Prescott. And yet, the guy has consistently delivered for the Dallas Cowboys, even while playing under an intense microscope. It's wild when you stop to think about it. Quarterbacks are usually evaluated by their own performance, accuracy, stats, leadership, clutch moments. But when it comes to Dak, suddenly it's all about the team. Suddenly he's held accountable for everything the Cowboys don't do right, even things he can't control. Look, this isn't just about defending a player because he wears a star on his helmet. This is about facts. When you go back and look at the numbers, his touchdown-to-interception ratio, his completion percentage, his passer rating, Dak ranks near the top. We're talking about a fourth-round pick who wasn't even expected to start. Now, 8 seasons in, he's been the consistent backbone of this franchise. But somehow, he's still the guy people love to doubt. And it's not just the fans. Media coverage can be brutal. You get quarterback rankings that are all over the place. One list has him at 17, the next might not include him at all, while others sneak him into the top 10. What are we doing here? Are we watching the same games? Let me ask you, do you think Dak gets too much hate just because he's the Cowboys QB? Drop your take in the comments. I really want to hear what real fans think. And hey, if you're enjoying this breakdown and you want to see more real talk like this, hit that like button and subscribe to Cowboys News TV. We're pushing for 15,000 subscribers, and your support means everything. Tap that notification bell too, so you don't miss our next deep dive. We're not done. We're just getting started. In a moment, I'm going to break down why Pro Football Focus's latest QB ranking caused a full-blown uproar and where Dak Prescott really belongs on that list. Let's talk about that ranking from Pro Football Focus, because honestly, it lit a fire across Cowboys Nation. On May 20th at 4 a.m. of all times, PFF released a quarterback ranking that put Dak Prescott at number 17. 17, behind guys like Kyler Murray, C.J. Stroud, Baker Mayfield, and even Geno Smith. That's not just disrespectful, it's outrageous. You're telling me that a quarterback with multiple playoff appearances, a near MVP season, and top-tier stats year after year is somehow worse than a B? Bunch of guys who either haven't won anything or are still figuring it out? Come on. Dak gets docked because he hasn't been to a Super Bowl, but let's keep it real. How many of these other quarterbacks have? Justin Herbert, for example, keeps showing up in everyone's top 10. He's flashy, he's talented, sure. But what has he actually done? You don't get points for potential in this league. You earn your rank by performance, by leadership, and by wins. And Dak has delivered those in spades. Even Joy Taylor, who's openly admitted she's not exactly a fan of the Cowboys, had to step in and say the hate has gone too far. She said it best. If Dak was on another team, people would be praising him. But because he's wearing that star, the standards change. Suddenly he has to be perfect. And that's just not how football works. Let me throw it to you. When you saw Dak at 17 on that list, what was your reaction? Be honest. Did you laugh? Did it make you mad? Or did it actually make you think twice about how biased these rankings really are? Let's start a conversation in the comments. And while you're at it, don't forget to like this video and hit that subscribe button. Cowboys News TV is on a mission to hit 15,000 subscribers. And with your help, we'll get there. Tap that bell so you never miss when we go live or drop another video like this. Coming up next, we're diving into Joy Taylor's full-throated defense of Dak, why it matters, and what it reveals about the double standard he faces. Let's give credit where credit is due. Joy Taylor may not be a Cowboys fan, but she said something that every true football fan needs to hear. On FS1, she didn't just defend Dak Prescott, she called out the entire national media for their obsession with tearing him down. She said, "There's no in-between with Dak. Either you think he's elite or you think he's trash, and that's just ridiculous." And she's right. Look around the league. There are quarterbacks who throw picks, blow games, and underperform all the time. But they don't get dissected the way Dak does. Why? Because he plays for the Dallas Cowboys. That star on his helmet is both a blessing and a curse. It makes him a household name, but it also puts a target on his back. Joy pointed out that if Dak was the quarterback of, say, the Vikings or the Raiders, nobody would be this loud. They'd see the stats, the leadership, the consistency, and they'd call him a top 10 quarterback without hesitation. But because he wears that Cowboys uniform, every mistake is a headline, every interception is a scandal. She even brought up guys like Josh Allen and Justin Herbert. Tremendous talents, no question, but why do they get a pass for losing big games or throwing picks in the playoffs? Herbert has never won a playoff game. Allen's teams have crumbled in critical moments, but the media still fawns over them while tearing down Dak for winning the division and leading a top 5 offense. Joy's rant wasn't just about Dak, it was about fairness. She saw what a lot of us have seen for years, the double standard, and she said it out loud on national TV. For that, we've got to give her props. So let's turn it to you again. Do you agree with Joy Taylor's take? Is Dak being unfairly judged? And do you think this media pressure only makes him stronger? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear from real fans. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the time. We're not done. In the next chapter, we dig into how Dak's teammates and former players have come to his defense, and what that tells us about the man behind the helmet. Let's talk about loyalty, the kind that's earned in locker rooms, in huddles, and through battles on the field. Say what you want about Dak Prescott, but the people who've actually played with him, they ride for him, hard. When your teammates speak up for you, even after they're no longer on the team, that says something. It's not just about being a good quarterback. It's about being a good man. And Dak has built respect the right way, through leadership, accountability, and grind. Take Ezekiel Elliott, for example. Zeke and Dak came into the league together, and their chemistry was undeniable. Even after Zeke left Dallas, he didn't hesitate to praise Dak's work ethic and leadership. In interview after interview, he's said that Dak is the kind of guy you want in the huddle when the pressure's on. Then there's Amari Cooper. Not the loudest guy in the room, but when he speaks, people listen. Cooper called Dak one of the smartest players he's ever been around. He praised Dak's preparation, poise, and ability to lead, not just during wins, but during adversity. Former Cowboy Cole Beasley, who's never been afraid to speak his mind, also had nothing but good things to say about Dak. "He's a real one," Beasley once said. "Always owns his mistakes, always puts in the work." That's rare. And it's not just offensive players. Guys on the other side of the ball respect him too. Linebacker Micah Parsons has publicly said he'd go to war for Dak. "He gets too much hate," Parsons tweeted. "We win as a team. That's our QB." You can't fake that kind of loyalty. It's earned in the trenches, away from the cameras. And for all the media critics and online trolls, Dak's got an army of teammates, past and present, who have his back. That matters. So here's the question. When the guys who know Dak best believe in him this deeply, why does the rest of the world hesitate? In the next chapter, we break down Dak's 2023 season, the stats, the comebacks, the criticism, and why it may have been his most revealing year yet. 2023 was a crossroads for Dak Prescott. After years of almosts and media heat, he entered the season with a chip on his shoulder. Critics said he couldn't win the big one, couldn't lead under pressure, couldn't cut down the turnovers. Dak heard it all and answered with a season that, frankly, silenced most of that noise. Let's talk stats. Dak led the league in touchdown passes with 36. He threw for over 4,500 yards, completed more than 69% of his passes, and posted a career-best passer rating. And the turnovers? He cleaned that up too. After leading the league in interceptions in 2022, he cut that number nearly in half. But numbers only tell part of the story. What made 2023 special was how Dak took command of the team. He looked more decisive, more in control. And when the moment called for it, he delivered. Fourth quarter comebacks, red zone, efficiency. Big wins against top defenses. Dak wasn't just putting up stats, he was winning games. Take the Week 14 win against the Eagles. Playoff atmosphere, national stage, division on the line. Dak threw for 3 touchdowns, no picks, and torched one of the league's top defenses. That game shut a lot of mouths. More importantly, he kept the team steady through adversity. Injuries, scrutiny, media noise, it didn't shake him. He stayed poised, led by example. That's leadership you can't coach. Even his harshest critics had to give credit. Analysts who once said he was just average started putting him in MVP conversations. Not because he changed who he was, but because he kept showing up, game after game, when it mattered most. But of course, in the NFL, regular season glory only goes so far. There's always the looming question, can he do it in the playoffs? That's what Chapter 6 is about, the heartbreak against the Packers, and the narratives that followed.